The other day I had a request for a video about how to overcome resistance, and it's a great request, and we're going to talk about that today. Welcome back, lovers, to the Stacy Loves You channel. This is where you can come to manifest your best life. My name is Stacy Belinda. I'm an empowerment mentor, and I'm here to help you become the best version of yourself and get all of the things. Because why would we want to get to some of the things when we can absolutely have all of the things? Here at the Stacy Loves You channel, we release videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, help you step into your power, become the best version of yourself, and that's right, get all of the things. Okay, so resistance. First of all, what is resistance? Resistance is when you have an old story or a limiting belief about what you can have, be, or do. So if you've been really, quote unquote, unlucky in love or had a lot of unsuccessful relationships, you might have a lot of resistance to manifesting a specific person or any love whatsoever. If you've always been broke, if your family was broke, if you have just really old, deep-seated beliefs in how hard money is to obtain, then you might have resistance to manifesting money. Resistance can be anything, but generally resistance pops up when you are trying to manifest something that's really important, one of the bigger things, love, money, job success, career. That's usually when we see a lot more resistance. Now, how can we rid ourselves of the resistance on these things? And my suggestion to you would be the best way to get rid of resistance to specific desires that you have, that you're having what seems like a lot of trouble creating in your life, is to change your story, to change your self-concept. So if you have a lot of resistance to money, it's likely because you were told, maybe from birth, maybe by your parents, maybe by your teachers, maybe just by some experiences that you've had, that money is hard to come by, that you will never be rich, that rich people are awful, they're evil, they're terrible, they're not good people, and it's not for everyone. You've always been poor, you've always had to work super, super, super hard for what money that you do have, and that's how it's always going to be. That is a limiting belief, and that is an old story. Starting today, because your circumstances literally change in like that. No circumstance is permanent. Circumstances are always temporary. Like literally, that's what a circumstance is. It means it's like here today, it's circumstantial, right? It's not evidentiary proof. It's not the truth. It's not permanent. So your circumstances can change at any minute. So you don't need to live in those old circumstances. They're just limiting beliefs, and you can change that old story right this instant by creating a new story, shutting the book on that old story, and the new story is money is easy for you. Money's always been easy for you. Money is the easiest thing in the world for you. It comes to you from random sources, and it comes to you out of thin air all of the time. And you don't even know why or where, and you don't have to, because it has always just popped up whenever you needed it, or sometimes when you don't even need it. Sometimes you can't even spend it fast enough, okay? That is your new story. When you are reading a story, sometimes all the books are related and they all have to be, sequential, and sometimes they're completely unrelated. And that's kind of how this is when you're manifesting. Your old story is unrelated. Shut that book, close the chapter, it is done, and today the new story is the money is easy for you. Also, self-concept, same idea. If you've always had the self-concept in love where you're left, you're abandoned, you're always dealing with crappy partners who never show up for you, you're always in relationships where the person disrespects you and you're always chasing after crumbs, you're always chasing them, no one ever chases you, and you're however many years old and nothing's ever worked out for you. You've never had a relationship that made you feel like a priority, and you're hopeless for a future where you're going to get this relationship of your dreams. You might have a lot of resistance to manifesting love because your heart's been broken. You've been abandoned. You've seen proof in your 3D reality that love is not for you, and that love is unsafe, and love is not something that you can have in this lifetime, and it's for other people, but no one has ever loved you or will ever love you, and you're going to be alone for the rest of your life. These are your concept of self. This is, once again, an old story. This is just what you're telling yourself, and maybe your past situation, relationships have shown you that old limiting story, or maybe that was the version of you in your concept of self where no one ever will stay with you. No one ever wants to be with you. That's where self-concept work comes in. And that's where it comes in self-love to a point where you need to find out who you are, figure out the person that you are, and show up for you first. Choose you first. Love you first. And when you see that change and you start to love yourself and you get into this deep inner knowing that you are worthy and deserving of any and every relationship, and worthy and deserving of having someone show up for you time after time, day after day, and be the partner that you have always dreamt of and desired, it'll come in, okay? But the way to annihilate the resistance to that happening is to become the version of you that knows it can happen. Become the version of you that knows and believes how freaking amazing you are, how deserving you are, that you are more than enough, that you are the freaking catch, you are the freaking prize at the end of that rainbow, that treasure that can have any relationship and be with any person that you want to, because you're the freaking treasure. So that's self-concept work. That is stepping into the new version of you that gets the relationship, the new version of you that has limitless potential to work any job or make any amount of money, and be that person now. Step into that feeling state of who would you be? How would you feel now? Would you be saying things to yourself like, oh, I'm so unlovable, I'm such a loser, nobody would ever want me? No, because if you were the person who had that great relationship, that loving relationship that you desire, you would feel loved, you would feel worthy, of course, you'd feel chosen, you'd feel loved, you'd feel sexy, you'd feel beautiful, you'd feel, desirable. And if you had that money, you wouldn't be walking around saying, I can't buy this, I can't afford that, this is so hard, I'm so stressed out, I'm on the struggle bus. You would be saying, I got this, I feel calm, I feel centered, I know that I can buy everything I need to do, I can pay for everything I want because money is easy for me and it's always been easy for me. Do you understand? So back to the original topic of how we get rid of resistance. We get rid of resistance by cutting out old stories that tell us we cannot have our desire, and by stepping into a new self-concept where we feel and start to really believe that we're that person who can have it all. And that comes from your techniques. That's where it's going to come in, where you're going to do affirmations or visualization or scripting, any technique, it really doesn't matter, but you are going to get into that feeling state of the person who knows anything is possible for them, for the person who knows that they are limitless and there's nothing that they can't have, and that they don't take no for an answer because they're a winner. They are the person that gets the person. They're the person that gets the job, the person who gets the money, and there's no limit to what they can manifest. And it starts by changing your self-concept. You are this person now. You are the person who has all the possibilities and can manifest any and all of the things, okay? I hope this helped with your resistance. So it's all about your self-concept and all about ditching the old story. And those two work in tandem. And when you create your new desirable, favorable story about yourself, and you create your new desirable, favorable self-concept, resistance will just slip away. Because if you know you can have any desire, there is no resistance then. There is no resistance to anything, because you know how powerful you are and how limitless you are. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I love each and every one of you, and I'll see you all in the next video. If you like what you're hearing, go ahead and hit that like button. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe, share the video, request a video. I would love to hear from you. Remember, you can have, be, or do anything you want. Believe in you like I do. Bye.